when you know, everyone says you have the best job on site. And I said, well, you say that now. If you think all I do is just come out here and drive around the herd and just look and say, well, that's good, we might move them today, or it's a little bit different than that. There's a little bit more to it. When you look after those animals, there isn't a day go by where you wouldn't learn something. Whether you just watch them and their interactions between themselves, the pecking order that they have is unbelievable. How every animal, if there's 100 cows in there, they know who's number one all the way down. And then like anyone that works these animals, it is type of a high and adrenaline rush. I probably enjoy the most about my job is how different it actually can be, how diverse it can be in a certain day. Like I say, I can be in the office and 5 minutes later I can be doctoring an animal that was hurt or helping a vet. I mean, that's the thing is when you're working with livestock or any type of ranching or whatever, it can be very spontaneous. It can be very quick where you have to react. It's always kind of a challenge to try to look ahead, to say, well, do I have enough grass in that pasture? Like, it's not like playing a game. It's a demonstration project set up in 1993. We didn't know this would even work when we tried it, because we didn't know that this could reclaim land basically once the grass and everything rooted in there. Could it sustain the grazing pressure? And then once we could see that this would work, and we're planting pasture type or agronomic grasses to sustain these animals, and then our job is to show that this bison herd is very successful because they can live on the land that has been reclaimed from the oil sands after we've extracted the oil out of it. And that is a success story in itself. The reclamation started in 1991 and the bison first got there in 93, but it has expanded from a test pilot pasture of 25 hectares up to just over 400 hectares or 1,000 acres. And now we've been able to prove over, we've had our 15-year anniversary in 2008, since the first wood bison came up here from Elk Island Park, that we've been very successful in demonstrating that we can do a project such as this, and like I say, managing an animal such as large and say majestic as a wood bison, we can do that under an oil sands operation. I was raised in a conservation family whose father was a fish and wildlife officer. His grandfather, or my grandfather that I never met, but he was a fish and wildlife officer as well, and my brother's a fish and wildlife officer. So it's a conservation family ever since we were kids. Going out with Dad, learning the bush, learning the field, appreciating wildlife, nature. And I've been up here since 1991, and now just about 20 years up here. And that's basically the prime of your life, coming up here. I was 28 years old. Come up here and then just, like I say, finished the university and college and came up here in a second or third job, and then I've been here ever since. So we all live in such a great country of Canada, of having these wide open spaces. If you don't enjoy some of it, you're kind of cheating yourself, I think. And that's why, like I say, out there we have such a diverse situation to have this herd in the middle of such a busy place. I just think it's one of the more unique wildlife projects that you'd come across, right? Well, my name is Brad Ramstead. I work at Syncrude. I work for Fort McKay Environment as a project manager for the Beaver Creek Wood Bison project.